This exercise you're seeing me doing right now is one of the most basic drills that you can do if you're learning sword arts. It's not unique just to Chinese sword fighting. I have seen this a lot as a basic drill with Western sword fighting. And though I don't know for sure, I would not be surprised if it was used in Japanese arts as well. Though this seems to be limited, from as far as I can tell, to one-handed sword arts. It's a very basic drill. It's really, really good. And it's not only good for learning a particular technique, but it's also good for straining your forearms and building strength in your forearms and your wrists. I believe School Laboratory has a video on this particular drill, and it's very, very useful. Though the reason why I wanted to do my own wasn't because I think it's going to be better than his, it's really, really good, but also because I wanted to show that there's generally two ways to do it. The first way, of course, is for strength building. I'm right now showing the basic of doing it. As you can see, the motion is initiated with the wrist, though the elbow is employed as well. But as you can see, the wrist is mostly initiating the action, and it's flicking the sword out. See, it's the wrist. You use the wrist to snap the sword forward. But the elbow is used as well because it's pushing your arm out as you flick it. Here is the basic motion that you're doing with the wrist. I'm exaggerating it here a bit, but that's generally the motion. And if you close your hand as if you're holding the sword, that's generally what you're doing. You flick the blade out. You snap it out. And you'll feel it in your forearm. Now, as you're snapping, you're also pushing your arm out that way, as if you're punching. As you can see, that's where the elbow is employed. You're not doing this. Okay? You're not chopping. You're just pushing your arm out as you snap your wrist. And if you do it right, as you can see, you combine those two motions, the snap of the wrist and the push of the elbow, you get this. That snapping of the sword. And that's the basic drill. And if you're going to be doing it in a fight, it's like that. Like, you know, if you're just snapping to a vital point, or if you're going to somebody's wrist, which is the main way I usually use it. But as a drill, it's really good for building strength in your wrists and your forearms, which is the primary way to do the drill. And it's really simple, as I just showed. You're going to feel the burn in your forearms as you keep doing it. That's why I'm doing that there and banging, just to show you that's where you should feel the burn. And this is the drill. That's it right there. Just, you know, snap it forward continuously. If you're just starting out, you can, like, you know, do like 3 sets of 10. Later on, do it 3 sets of 20, or keep on going until you feel that burn. And then switch hands. It's really important to switch arms also if you want to learn how to use your sword in the other hand, which is something I need to learn to do. As you can see, I'm not as good with my left because I'm right-handed, but I still try to drill it anyway, and you will feel that burn in the forearms. So, I'm trying to loosen up. I had been doing this drill all day, and my arms were really sore by the time I started recording this. But anyway, that's, you know, the main way that you're going to do it. And what I'm demonstrating now is the power that you get in your cut after drilling this. Your forearms will be able to do that cut powerfully without having to put your whole arm. See, it just snaps out strongly. You'll be able to do strong cuts after because it's coming from your forearms and wrists. Now, what I'm showing here is the advanced way to apply this drill, where you're not just using your wrists, but you're using your fingers as well. You're snapping with your wrist, but you're also employing your fingers into the snap. You close your fingers into it. This is the basic way, where you just use your wrist to snap it. But if you relax your fingers before the thing, and you tighten your hands up as you finish the blow, then you'll end up with this. Right there, see? You see how it's a little bit looser, but the snap is a little bit stronger? You get a little bit more of an angle in the snap as well. That's because you employ the fingers as well as the wrist. This takes some practice. And it's really going to burn your hands. If you really thought you were feeling the burn before in your wrists and forearms, just try employing that finger squeeze to it as well, where it tightens at the last as the blow lands. You're really going to feel it. But as you can see, it adds more power into the snap. You probably can hear it's a lot more audible than just simply the regular way. So that's an advanced way to apply this drill for strength training, where you just snap it with your fingers as well as with your wrist and pushing out with your elbow. As you can see there, I was feeling it in my hands because, again, I had been doing this drill for quite a bit before I finally started recording, because I tend to do this drill like every other day. And again, here I am employing it with my left, and it's not as good, but you want to do that. It really helps with the training. Now, notice I'm pointing at the wall, because now I'm employing the second way to do this drill. It's accuracy training now. There's a point at the wall that I am looking at, and I am trying to make the point just go directly to that wall. This is the second way to apply the drill, where you're not doing it just for strength training anymore, where you're just simply snapping it out. Now you look at a certain point on the wall, or maybe you might have a hanging target, and you're going to be snapping the point of your sword directly at that target, and try your best to get it there. I'm not perfect here, especially as you can see in the left hand, but this will help with your accuracy, and you want to be accurate when you're doing it anyway. And now here's a variation on the accuracy part of this drill. Instead of just snapping it up and down forward, I am now changing angles, which is something you need to learn how to do in sword fighting anyway. And I'm still employing the point to that point in the wall that I'm looking at. And I'm doing it, up, straight up and down vertically, and then I happen to employ side-to-side horizontal strikes to the same point. Now I'm going to be employing it with the left hand. Same thing. Snapping it vertically and snapping it horizontally from left to right and right to left, alternating to the same point. Again, as you can see, I am not as good with my left, but I'm trying my best to work it out and trying to get it there. The main importance of this drill is just to keep doing it. You don't want to stop. You want to get your hands accurate enough. Now, as you can see, I'm also changing the angles somewhat as well. I'm not just simply doing horizontal and vertical strikes. I can also make diagonal ones as well, where I aim them at 45-degree angles, as well as just straight on from left to right and right to left. This is another variation that you can put into your accuracy drill, and it will help you to be able to get the point of your sword where you want, no matter what angle it's at. Now, what you're seeing here is me now adding a little more variation to this drill by changing up not only my angles, but different attacks, but still trying to make it land on the same point. Just do quick parries, like I'm just doing that, and then just changing angles, changing strikes, but still basically employing that wrist snap to that point. It's also, of course, going to add more strength to your forearms and wrists, because it takes a lot to change up like that and then quickly snap it on. Plus, adding variation like that can help to keep the drill from being boring. Anyway, I hope you guys like this and got something out of it. Take care. Catch you guys later. Okay, as a bonus, I'm actually going to show you how you can use the snapping forward drill for more practical application. If you have a partner, what you can have them do is have them stab at you with a longer weapon, like the staff here, like my wife is using. And what you do is you're going to snap your sword forward after lifting your sword to parry their stab. The reason why you have them use a staff rather than another sword is that way when you snap forward, you won't have to worry about accidentally hitting them, which makes this a practical drill to use. Since we're doing stick drills, I might as well show you two others you can do. Well, really one more, but it's just, two variations. This one you're seeing is a very basic drill for attacks coming at you from above diagonally, where you raise your sword, have it slide off, and then come at the person. Some of you guys who see my older videos might have actually remembered that I talked about this drill before and showed you this. Here's a way you can do it safely with a partner, where you don't have to worry about accidentally hurting them, but at the same time, the threat against you is real enough. You got a stick coming at you. I'm doing these drills fairly slowly, so you guys can actually see the way it's being done. But make sure when you're actually practically doing it, well, in the beginning, be safe. Don't have the person try to hit you at full force and full speed. But then later on, you want to be able to apply this at the proper counter speed. And this is basically how you would do it. Just slide it off and come back. Anyway, hope you guys found this useful. Catch you guys later.